Hi, Ray here again with the I Like Transformers Before It Was Cool, and today we're going to be taking a look at Keith's Fantasy Club D.A.I Clone Commander Stack, or as we know him, Movie Cover Ultra Magnus. And this particular version we're going to be taking a look is the version that comes with the third-party add-on head. Now this head will go more into detail in robot mode, but first let's just look at this box. You can tell by the styling of the box, it's very retro inspired. Here's a basic warning there. Now this is a third-party transformer, so it has nothing to do with Hasbro. And here he is in car carrier mode. Now, he's roughly based on MP10. You can see by the truck cap. Unfortunately, oh, it does turn. Before it wouldn't pivot. Okay then. But so it pivots there. You can see doesn't pivot very well though. It's very limited. You can tell by the styling though. They based it upon MP10. And then if you look here on his license plate, I'll bring it in closer. I'll try it without knocking cars off. See, it says KFC right there on his license plate. Now, he can hold 3 Autobot cars. I was disappointed because I just spent the time transforming Stack and the Autobot cars when I found out he's only able to haul 3 out of the 4. You can see his side swipe is there in the back. And you can see what he looks like with the cars on. They don't fit on very well. They're kind of loose here. And then Prow is the only one that's kind of snug. These ones you're kind of at risk of falling off. And you can kind of get a feel for how big he is compared to Prime. Let's unload the cars here. Oh, these doors are very, very stiff. I like that. Prow just falls out. One thing I noticed too, though, is there is some room here, but when you try putting a car past it, there's like a stop here. See how we're trying to force it in and it's not working. And then this is kind of a sketchy point, is the way these kind of flop down. Let's get him off before he falls. But if this was a real trailer, I wouldn't trust my car up there. But theoretically, these would probably lift like that. Drop the car. Oh, he gets trapped, what do you know? And then here comes Wheel Jack. Yeah, it doesn't work the best because I had the original Ultra Magnus toy. And I believe the whole thing went down like that instead of bending here at the elbow. But so here is Die Stack without a load. Now his cab is floppy. You know, just kind of flops around. It's a very hollow figure too. Unfortunately, you aren't able to unhook the cab. It just kind of if you look here, there's a screw and it's screwed in. I could probably unscrew that and remove the cab, but I don't feel like finding a screwdriver to do that. He's also compared to MP10. See, you notice Prime is very, very glossy. While Die Stack is made from this weird plastic. Some people describe it as the same plastic that a milk bottle is made from. To me, it feels more like the plastic that's used on a Nerf gun. And then there is the head there. I don't like the way it transforms personally, because the cab just kind of flops over. I like the Masterpiece one where it opens up similar to like an eggshell. Right there, without the tray, we can kind of get a better idea at the cab. Now, KFC did base it on MP10 very vaguely. But enough with his features to transform him. Actually, before we transform him, here's a size comparison with an Autobot car. I remember there was a picture around Christmas time when RC came out. They had the Autobot cars hanging out on Masterpiece Magnus's trailer, and Sideswipe was doing something similar to this inside of the trailer. You can kind of get a feel for a Voyager size for truck mode. If you want an actual like size comparison, here it is off of Bravo. It was a deluxe, and here is Combiner Wars Prime. Now, unfortunately, the alternators, since they're not the same scale, don't fit very well with them. You don't even think he'll fit. Yep. You get to force the mirrors up, but there is now a C5 inside of Stack's trailer. But now, the Transform Stack, we were started by undoing the arms here from the locks. And now we're going to come around to the front, take off these missiles. You gotta do this on both sides. And you're going to unhook the side of the trailer here. Do it on this side. And then you're going to unpeg. If you look here at the trailer, there's a little notch there. You're just going to unpeg that from the side of the trailer. And here you're just lift the arms up. In the Diagonal commercial for Die Stack, I'm scraping the trailer there. Yeah, that's another thing I noticed, that the ride height for the trailer is very, very low. And on my table here, it scrapes it. But I remember during his commercial, his arm flipped up like this, and he had these missiles. He had the missiles here attached, and they would shoot out, and there was water. Takara is very creative with their commercials. There was water that kind of, you know. Where'd I put the other missile? Or prop down parts things. Can't do that right now. And you're gonna separate these arms. Let them come down. I gotta move along to the back of Stack's trailer here. You're going to unpeg all these side pieces, and now it will just allow you to rotate. This is kind of a big figure. So trailers like that, you're just gonna slide these down, slide these into place. Do this on both sides. And then there is a tab and a peg. You see, tab, and then there's a slot here. It will attach into the slot. And then this is the waist, where you're just gonna, very stiff ratchets. You're just gonna pop these up. That way isn't that stiff. And then you're going to take your thumb and go in here, and you're just gonna push and extend the leg to unlock the knee. Very stiff figure. Oh. And close up these doors. Come around to the back side of the legs. And here you'll see a peg and a hole, and then peg, hole, and you'll simply fold it over. Come around here and flip out his feet. And then you want to do the same thing on this side. Now my stack in particular has very loose like joints, not joints but pegs in his legs, so they don't stay together very well. And now that we got that done, here's where his die stack is kind of a floppy mess. But we're going to make sure this part is open. These parts are closed like that. You can see his waist. Make sure these tabs are down. And you're going to loop it over. Then on this side, you're going to make sure these tabs go in those holes. And then you're going to open these little bracket parts and you're going to slide them in. And then you're going to flip in the gas tanks and you're going to slowly bring the cab down. And you're going to close this tab just right over the nose of the truck. And while we're doing this, let me unhook this again. You can see on how his head kind of pops out. It's done because the bottom of the truck here is hollow. And then here you can see there's a hole there, a peg there. We're going to peg that into the side of the cab. Now I don't know how this is going to work long term because you see that's paint. So if you transform him enough times, you'll end up getting some paint rub there. And then you just bring the arms down. And here you rotate that arm up, and then you'll push the arm up, and then bring that down. Over here, you'll bring this whole section back and expose his hand. See, mine's already starting to get loose. And do the same thing. His fingers, since he's made by KFC, they're all articulated and individual. But his missile on. Other missile go. I lost his rifle. Oh, I'll find the right rifle later. Now we're gonna talk a little about his face. I'll just zoom into his head here. See, he kind of has these big eyes. That's because he has flip-up visor. And there is light piping behind this head. Here is the add-on kit. I've already installed, that is the add-on head. And that is what the stock head that comes with him looks like. It's just on a ball joint. And then for the people that have the normal stack, this is the helmet they would use for him. And these are the Magnus faces they have. Kind of has a screaming one and just a normal face. Since this isn't in Ultra Magnus' normal colors, I thought it was kind of fitting to give him a mouth plate. Make him a character that's not like Ultra Magnus. found the gun. And the gun here, I forgot to show you this in trailer, but it stores between his arms. And then you just flip out the handle. His gun is kind of awkward to get him to hold. It's not pegging him as the best I'll be able to get it right now. Now, stacked for such a big figure does have a lot of opposability. He has a good range of motion. And now, unlike Masterpiece, he does have a waist joint here. So you can kind of have a running, looking back, and doing a shooting pose. Kind of like that. Very puzzle figure. He looks very nice too. And here's what I'm talking about, by the way. He's inside a cab. You can see on the back just a truck cab there. And already from this, his arm is ready to fall out. Now, right now, I think you can buy him from Big Bad Toy Store with the head bundle for about $110. That was the price that we end up paying here. So get him in like a shot here with the other Autobots. Here is with Tiger Trek, who would be size of your other Autobot cars. And then going for show accuracy, Prime and Magnus were about the same height. So in robot mode, he's in scale with MP1, MP4, MP5, and MP2 Magnus. I'm going to transform Prime here. Here is MP10 transformed. Let's get MP4 out of the way. You can kind of see how much bigger Die Stack is. Loose knees, problem with these figures. His very menacing presence. And a neat thing too that KFC incorporated was his matrix chamber. It mounts in the hitch part of the trailer. You just open this up here. Let me move this and zoom in. Yeah, these doors are kind of hard to open up unless you have something Prime open with. But you can store a matrix in there, so I'll just take out the matrix from MP10 here. Now the neat thing with MP10's matrix is that it's double-sided. Now it doesn't open like MP1's, but you kind of get the illusion that it's being opened. And there is the matrix in Die Stack. Prime's been robbed of his matrix. Kind of show you where the matrix goes. You can kind of see it. Here, let me open up the front door. His store's behind there. Doesn't have a moving like compartment. And as for the quality for D.A.I, since he's a third-party figure, I would say it isn't as good as Hasbro's or I'm trying to remember people that make the 6-shot Mastermind Creations. That plastic feel is very nice. The KFC plastic on all of the KFC figures that I have handled. That's not Gear, Swerve, Cyclonus. They all have this weird plastic feel, especially Die Stack here. This plastic feel feels like a Nerf gun. But also his joints here in the waist, that all the folding bits, they feel very fragile to me. So I'm very delicate whenever I transform now. The rest of him, like his these joints, they all feel solid. Just the little tidbits in here that makes the whole trailer fold up to make the body. Long term, I would be concerned with those. But if you're only gonna transform him once, put him on a shelf, it shouldn't be a problem. Now his hips, with their tightness, I feel like you could snap a tooth in there. So I think as soon as I'm done with the reel, I'll put him back on the shelf and just keep him there. Because long term, not sure how this figure's gonna work out. Now Prime here with these hips, they're very, very solid. Like the ratchet's not as tight, but you could tell the ratchets are gonna have plenty of life there. So there's some lighting there along. Not sure if you're able to see this, but there's some light piping here in his waist. Prime's drunk. But his hips, very, very stiff. Don't outweigh. Can't really make him bend forward. Make him look like he's kicking. But just to give you an idea on his range of motion. Would that be possible? Yeah, sometimes I see how his leg came loose. I guess you can't really do that type of kick. I guess you can kind of do a running pose for Stack. He is a big figure though. For $110, I'd probably buy him again. But I do know I'm waiting for Hasbro to release Ultra Maximum so I can get magnets for less than $100, $180. But I believe that is it for Keith's Fantasy Club D.A.I Commander Stack. So, till next time, take it easy.